Here's a conversation reflecting on Chapter 10, Returning to Creativity.
So let's jump into this. We're looking at a piece from the lens that changes everything, specifically Chapter 10, Returning to Creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And it kicks off with a really radical idea. It asks, what if creativity isn't some rare talent you either have or you don't?
Right.
But that it's just a basic human function, like walking or talking, and that most of us haven't lost it. We've just lost access.
And that access point is so critical. The source immediately makes this really sharp distinction between two types of creativity.
Okay.
First, there's natural creativity. It's, biological. It's rooted in curiosity and play.
Yeah.
It's just how our system makes sense of the world.
So that's the default setting, kind of.
That's the default. But then there's governed creativity. And that's the same capacity, but it's being filtered through civilization's rules.
You mean things like evaluation, markets?
Evaluation, comparison, performance metrics, all of it. So something like singing to remember a story, that's natural. But singing to get a record deal, that's governed. The focus shifts from processing and experience to creating a product.
From seeing to being seen.
Exactly. It becomes all about the output.
Which explains why so many people feel blocked. They're not broken. They're just operating under the wrong set of rules.
That's the core argument. Creativity doesn't die. It just goes dormant when the conditions aren't right. It's a functional response, not a personal failing.
And what are those conditions? What does it need to wake back up?
Safety. That's the non-negotiable. And the book breaks it down into 3 types.
Okay.
You need nervous system safety. Your body has to feel safe. You need relational safety. You won't be judged.
Yeah.
And this one's huge. You need permission to not know.
Permission to be a beginner.
Permission to be messy and incompetent without consequence. Because without that, the system won't explore. Exploration is risky.
And I found this part fascinating. The block itself is an intelligent adaptation.
It is. When you're under constant pressure and evaluation, the very definition of governed creativity, your brain intelligently chooses predictability.
Right. It chooses efficiency over the metabolically expensive process of trying something new.
It's just conserving energy. So that feeling of being blocked isn't you failing. It's your system trying to protect you.
So the whole self-help mantra of discipline and push through the resistance, that's actually counterproductive here.
It's pouring fuel on the fire. You're just applying more pressure to a system that shut down because of pressure. Natural creativity doesn't respond to force.
It responds to what? Coherence?
Coherence, yeah. And internal alignment, a feeling of safety in your own body, which leads to this very counterintuitive idea.
That getting it back isn't about adding something.
It's about taking things away. It's subtractive.
I love that. So you don't need to build a new creative muscle.
No, you just need to remove the interference. The noise, the urgency, the constant comparison. You remove what's blocking the signal. You don't rebuild the transmitter.
So where's the doorway back in? If we're subtracting, where do we start?
Curiosity.
Simple as that.
Just simple, unjustified curiosity. Paying attention to what pulls you in, what you're interested in, without needing it to lead to a product or a payout.
Because that justification is a rule from the governed world.
It is. Curiosity is the system signaling that it feels safe enough to start exploring again, even on a small scale.
And when that access does come back, the feeling is different. The source describes it as relational.
Yes, it's a dialogue. You're in a relationship with an idea or with the paint or the music. You're not trying to extract value from it.
You're just with it.
Whereas performance or governed creativity is all about surveillance. Your attention shifts to how is this being received?
Yeah.
And that constant self-monitoring just kills the relationship.
It kills the presence.
Instantly.
So when it returns, the change is subtle, more tolerance for things being unclear, maybe more flexible thinking, and play comes back.
Play is a way to integrate experience without a threat.
So the message for anyone listening is you were never broken. Your system just adapted intelligently to the world it was in.
Precisely. And maybe the final thought to leave people with is this, that return to natural creativity. It changes how you hold problems.
How so?
Under governed conditions, a problem demands an answer, a solution, right now. But what if instead a problem was just an invitation to a relationship?
An invitation, not a command.
Right. Think about a problem in your life right now. What would it look like if you stopped trying to solve it and just tried to be in a relationship with it?
Thanks for listening. Before moving on, take a pause and read the next chapter. The conversation for that chapter will be waiting here when you're ready.